Hey, Dr. Wander back at you. Diabetes Awareness Month, November 2019. Hopefully you've been seeing some of the videos. Today I want to talk about one of the types of testing that we do, not only for diabetics actually, but for thyroid patients, all really patients. Food intolerant. You know, people, there's a lot of mis and wrong information about food. You know, the old burn more calories than you take in. I mean, that's been proven numerous times basically not to work. Not basically, it doesn't work. Let's talk about food. First of all, none of our patients in 21 years have been ever told you're eating too many calories, you need to restrict how much you're eating, you need to diet, you can't eat past 7 o'clock p.m. or something like that. No one has ever been told that. Why? Because those things are not true. You know, here's a story people tell me. You know, I went to a party over the weekend and I ate a bunch of crap and I knew it really wasn't good for me, but I said, you know what, Monday what I'm going to do is I'm going to start eating good on Monday. I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to get plenty of rest. And Monday they do good. Tuesday they do good. They do well. Wednesday, they woke up a little late. They didn't have time to eat breakfast. They hit traffic. They got to work. They're starving. Betty Sue brought in the little munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts. And you're like, I'm so hungry. I did good the past 2 days. Let me just have one. And then you have one. And then you're like, that tasted pretty good. Let me have another. And then, hey guys, where are we going to lunch? And you're like, well, I already messed up. So let me go have a couple slices of pizza. You know, and then what's for dinner? Oh, you know, man, I messed up for lunch. I messed up for breakfast. Let's just kill it tonight. And you go get, you know, fried rice or pot, whatever you think that you shouldn't be eating, but you know you like the taste. And then, so then Thursday, you're like, well, I already messed up. And then, so you eat poor again Friday. And then over the weekend, you're like, listen, here's what I'm going to do. This weekend, I'm going to go for it, right? But then on Monday, I'm going to start again. You should be asking yourself, you know, have I ever done that? And if your answer is no, I'm not going to call you a liar per se, but I'm just going to call you in the vast minority, because most people have done that. The only way to know what you can have to eat is we test it. Okay? Now some people are like, well, you know, I eat this food and I get bloated, and I eat this food and I get a rash, and I eat this food and I have diarrhea or constipation or something like that. Here's the deal. When you have a reaction that's obvious, those are the easy ones. You don't need a test to tell you that you shouldn't eat it. However, most foods are not going to be like that. You know, it could be that cooked onions is bad for you, but raw onions are good. You know, everybody's like, well, doc, what's your diet? What's your diabetic diet? What's your thyroid diet? What should I eat? I have Alzheimer's. I want to prevent. There's no diet. What you need to do is test to see which specific foods are not good for you individually, and then probably either not have them or have them very sparingly. Then that's your diet. But there's no diet, because you'll be able to eat as much as you can, as much as you want, because you're eating the fuel. Listen, if you have a regular car and you put diesel fuel in it, what's going to happen? It's going to mess up. So don't do that to your body. Listen, you can go get another car, but you can't get another body. So, and if you eat those foods, they're going to have a tremendous impact on your blood sugar, which is obviously what these videos for this month, Diabetic Awareness Month. All right, back at you.